All right, here we are. We're back. Tonight we're going to make some Baja Alaskan Cod with rice and salsa fresca. And these are the ingredients that we need. Obviously, we need the fish. We need scallions, cilantro, we have butter. We're going to need a lime and tomato, turmeric, cumin, sour cream, mushroom stock, and of course we need some rice. And if you want it a little bit spicy, you can add a chili. One of the first things that I'm going to do is start cutting up the scallions. And what we want to do is we want to separate the whites from the green of the scallions. And what we'll do is we'll end up putting the scallions in a pot with some butter just for about, I don't know, about a minute or two, just till it gets fragrant. And once that is done, then we'll add some water and we'll add the rice, and the rice will actually cook in this along with some of the mushroom stock. All right, so we're going to turn on the heat on the pot, about medium high. We're going to put in a tablespoon of butter. We're going to let that melt, and once that's melted, we will then add in the whites, the scallion whites. Okay, now that the butter is melted, we're going to go ahead and add the scallion whites. And we'll let those cook for about a minute or so until they become fragrant. And we will add a quarter teaspoon of turmeric. Once that's looking good, get a spoon here, start mixing that around a little bit. We will add 1.5 cups of water and then throw in the rice. 1.5, we'll bring that to a boil. And we like to use the tri-colored sprouted rice. It's really good. It's a mix of brown, red, and black rice. So if you want to try something different, check it out. Okay, now that we have the water's boiling, we'll go ahead and add the rice. We're using 1.5 cups. I've made this before, and the recipe calls for 1 cup. The extra ½ cup does our family well. Feeds a family of 3. So I'm going to go ahead and just stir that up a little bit, and we'll turn this down to a simmer, and we'll cover it, and this will cook for approximately 18 minutes or so. All right, so this recipe is going to call for some lime zest. So while the rice is cooking, we'll go ahead and zest the lime. And all I'm trying to do here is scrape off the skin of the lime to add it to the crema that we're going to make later on with the sour cream. So here we go. I have my all the zest complete. Get the rest of that off of there. Just move this to the side. And now this calls for about 1.5 ounces of cilantro to be chopped up and minced. So if you don't know how much 1.5 ounces are, it's about probably a little bit less than a ½ cup. If you're going to be using a measuring cup to measure that. So let's go ahead and just mince this up. So one thing I think I forgot to mention in the opening is that it also calls for tomatoes. It calls for grape tomatoes, but we didn't have any laying around the house today, so today we're going to go ahead and just cut up a regular tomato. We'll core that, and we'll slice this, and I'll just kind of simulate some grape tomatoes as far as size goes. And you can do it however you would like, but this is how I'm going to do it. So as you can see here, I have the cilantro minced, the tomatoes ready, the scallions, and also the lime zest. Actually, we're not going to be using the lime zest, but this is the other three ingredients are going to be part of the salsa. And we're going to add the juice of half of the lime, salt and pepper, and like I said, if you want some chili, you can add chili pepper to taste. We're not going to be doing that here. So let's go ahead and get started with that. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and add the lime juice from half of a lime, not a lemon. Excuse me. And once this is complete, then I'll add some salt and pepper. We'll mix this up, and then this is just gonna, we'll set that aside, and this will marinate in the lime juice, making a great salsa fresca. We'll just add salt and pepper to taste, salt, and then we'll go ahead and mix this up. This is really a fabulous, fabulous salsa. All right, now once you have that going, you want to grab another small bowl and you want to add 4 tablespoons of sour cream, Greek yogurt. You can even do it with cream cheese if you'd like. This is going to make the crema. And once we, excuse me, once we get this going, then we will add some salt and pepper to taste. You can add as much of the lime zest as you like. We like it pretty limey around here, so I'm going to add a little more than half of that lime zest. And you also add the juice of the other half of the lime. So the trick to this is to add about a teaspoon of water at a time. I know it's going to take more than that, so I'm going to add more teaspoons of water than I'm actually adding a couple tablespoons of water and then you want to mix this up so that it becomes like a drizzly consistency that you are going to drizzle over top of the fish once the fish is complete. So we'll go ahead and mix this up. Let's see what it looks like on the other side. All right, so now we got the fun part. We're gonna get ready to take care of the fish. Fish has been cleaned, it's been pat dry. I got the pan going here. I'm gonna put in a drizzle of oil in here to start heating that up. And in the meantime, we're gonna go ahead and we're just going to season the fish on all sides with salt, pepper, and it actually calls for a teaspoon of cumin. I'm just gonna go ahead and sprinkle some on here. And it also calls for more turmeric. Well, unfortunately, I used all the turmeric we had for the rice. So this is going to be minus the turmeric. We got salt and pepper. And then once this is complete, we will put this in the pan. And go ahead and cook this up. Okay, so we got the first one turned over. Let's go ahead and flip this one. Oh, smelling good, looking good. Each side should be cooked anywhere from 3 to 5 minutes, depending on, obviously, the thickness of your fish. This fish is fairly thick, so it's close to 5 minutes per side. Okay, so while the fish is cooking, let's go ahead and check in on the rice. It looks good. It is complete. Now that this is complete, we'll go ahead and add another tablespoon and a half of butter. Let that melt in. And we'll then also season it with some salt and pepper. And then we'll plate it up. Okay, so the rice is complete. We're going to go ahead and plate this. So we're going to go ahead and make a nice bed of rice to put the fish on for each plate. Okay, smooth that out so it looks nice. And we'll put a little bit more on each one since we have a little bit extra. There we go. Half of the meal is the presentation, right? So now that that's complete, we want to take the fish. So got the fish. We're going to go ahead and put a piece of fish on each bed of rice. Come on, buddy. There we go. We got that. And then we're going to go ahead and top that with salsa fresca. And just sprinkle this kind of all over. Give it some color and some really nice flavor as well. Look at that. It's just about perfect amount. A little bit more on this one. Never have too much cilantro. We love cilantro in this house. Now once that's complete, then we have our crema. And then go ahead and put a strip of crema on that. Always good to have extra crema as well. We'd like to add that. Add extra to our meals when we're complete. So that's it. Hope you enjoyed this Baja Alaskan Cod, and we're ready to dig in. So Maddie, what do you think?
This is so flipping good, thank you.